Hey, I got a quick update here on secure communications. You might have heard about WhatsApp and what's going on there, and let's talk about alternatives. Hi everybody, Craig Peterson here. You might have heard about WhatsApp. WhatsApp used to be really popular. I've had a listener before ask me about using WhatsApp overseas. It was a family member who was serving in the military and they wanted something that was secure. They asked about WhatsApp and I said, a little bit of moaning and groaning there, that I don't like WhatsApp because of Facebook. Facebook, our friends over there, decided that they were, a couple of weeks ago, going to come out with a new terms of use. And that new terms of use had language that made it sound like maybe they'd be spying on us. Now, Facebook has come out and said, no, we're not going to break the end-to-end encryption. In other words, we won't be able to decrypt your conversations. However, we are going to start sharing your information with advertisers, etc. Sharing your information about using WhatsApp, which is an encrypted, supposedly secure chat app, might cause some problems, right? You can imagine someone knocking on your door and saying, why are you using encrypted communications? And in fact, you have every right to. It is the best thing to do. You don't want bad guys getting their hands on it. And in some parts of the world, the governments just cannot be trusted. And they are trying to monitor everything that's going on. So that's why I've never been a fan of WhatsApp and why so many people have migrated off of WhatsApp. Facebook finally realized what a mistake it was to send out that press release. It wasn't just a press release, actually. It was something that came up when you used WhatsApp. It came right up on your screen. You had to accept it. So it is concerning. Where do we go now? I think that I suggest you use Signal, and we cover this quite in a bit of detail in the Improving Windows Security course. So in the course, we talk about all these different types of messengers, which ones are the best ones to use, and when and why. But I want to point out something about Telegram. Telegram has picked up, I'm looking at some numbers right now, but they're saying tens of millions, wow, of people have moved over to Telegram. They said that earlier in January, Telegram announced it had hit a milestone of 500 million active monthly users and pointed to a single 72-hour period when 25 million people had joined the service. Now, obviously, this is people who are fleeing some of these censored services that are out there, people who are fleeing from WhatsApp because who knows where it's going ultimately. But I want to point out something about Telegram. So first of all, don't use it. All right, not if you want to be secure. But here are the problems with Telegram. First of all, end-to-end encryption is what you want. So if you are talking to someone over one of these encrypted apps, you want that message, that voice conversation, that video to be encrypted from the time it leaves your device until it arrives on the person you're talking to's device. It's almost certainly going to go through a server or two or three or four. It's going to go through routers. There are ways to intercept it. But if it's encrypted end to end, it won't do them any good to intercept it in the middle. Our encryption today is really quite good. Now, if the government wants to get its hands on it, on your communications, there are ways around it. However, when it comes to just casting a big fishing net, nothing's going to happen. They're just going to cast a net. They're going to catch all of this stuff, and there's nothing in it. We know that various intelligence agencies around the world try and keep copies of everything in case later on they want to go back and examine it and see what was said after the fact. Whatever, more power to them. Telegram, by default, does not have end-to-end encryption. So by default, yes, it has encryption, but the encryption goes from your phone to their server. And once it's on the server, it is no longer encrypted. And then on the remote side, for the person you're talking to, it's encrypted from the server to that person that you're talking to on the far end. See where the problem can come in here, particularly if you are in a country that does not treat its citizens, residents, whatever you might want to call these people from serfs on up, that doesn't treat them well. They can potentially force Telegram to give them a complete copy of everything that was said or done. That is a problem. That is a very big problem. You are not going to get by default end encryption. However, you can turn it on Telegram. Now on Signal, it is by default. It is end-to-end. It's always end-to-end. Okay? So Telegram only encrypts by default messages between your device and the Telegram server, and the Telegram server and the other person on the other end. However, the group messaging feature that Telegram has offers no end-to-end encryption at all. None. So if you have a group of people, if you've got family members that you're talking, or maybe it's some investors and you're talking about buying some more real estate for your investment trust, or you are talking with your accountant about bank numbers and things, and you've got the attorney on, or maybe you're just talking to some friends and you don't have anything you want to share with those prying intelligence agencies in some of these countries out there. You are not secure, because right in the middle you have your messages in clear text. So where is Telegram located? It is based in the United Arab Emirates. That is scary. When they have servers over in the United Arab Emirates, you already know that you don't have much of a sense of security over there. And you certainly don't have privacy. So don't use Telegram if you want to be secure. We've got tens of millions of WhatsApp users who fled the service. Many of them went to Telegram. No doubt they were attracted by Telegram's claims of heavily encrypted messaging, but in fact, it's not true. Okay? People do not want to exchange privacy for free services. Now, the nice thing about Signal is it is open source, and they are not trying to make money off of Signal. It's available freely. Anyone can grab the source code, and the Signal encryption methodology is used by WhatsApp as well. But we already expressed some of my concerns about WhatsApp. Hey, if you want to learn more about this, more about improving Windows security, more about communicating securely, I've got it all covered in my Improving Windows Security course. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. Make sure you sign up. Just go to craigpeterson.com. You can sign up anywhere on that website, or go to craigpeterson.com/subscribe, and you'll get my weekly newsletter as well.